Tonight on NewsWatch Ole Miss, we have updates on the deadly shooting at a bank in Louisville. Plus, Oxford High School as some new state champs.
It is a beautiful day here in Oxford, but we do have some rainy days coming in this week, starting on Thursday and then continuing again on Saturday. But make sure to tune in for more weather conditions and your 5-day weather forecast. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Juliana Jackson.
And I'm Hallie Reeves. We now have updates following the Louisville bank shooting. There are now 5 confirmed dead, including a 26-year-old rookie officer who graduated from the academy just 2 weeks ago.
Yes, and CNN reporter Ivan Rodriguez has more.
The interim chief of the Louisville Metro Police Department says the shooter purchased the gun legally April 4th. That's exactly a week ago. She says she can't get into the other details as far as what was recovered in the home. Right now, city officials say that the AR-15 style weapon he shot for a minute and then waited in the lobby for a minute and a half for police to arrive. A community in mourning.
Our city is heartbroken for the loss of friends and loved ones.
Following another mass shooting in America. Audio from a Louisville Metro Police dispatcher shedding light on the terrifying moments Monday morning when a gunman opened fire during a staff meeting at Old National Bank.
25-year-old white male, Connor Sturgeon, 6'4". He texted a friend, called a friend, left a voicemail. He's going to kill everyone at the bank, feeling suicidal.
The horror unfolding live on the gunman's Instagram, which parent company Meta took down. Officials combing through that video say the shooting lasted for about a minute before Sturgeon was shot and killed by police. Investigators now searching for answers.
There was a search warrant and that was taking place on yesterday at his home, and so we are hoping that items that were recovered that will reveal why this happened.
As the city mourns the loss of 5 people, including 63-year-old Tommy Elliott, who some Kentucky lawmakers considered a friend.
Tommy was a great man.
Tommy touched a lot of lives.
Tommy Elliott helped me build my law career, helped me become governor, gave me advice on being a good dad.
Some members of the community are calling for action.
Somebody's family doesn't have a loved one tonight.
After yet another shock of gun violence.
We must work together to end this plague of gun violence on our country.
The mayor has also announced a citywide vigil Wednesday at 5 p.m. In Louisville, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
The vote for an ordinance on police reform has been delayed by the Memphis City Council. This ordinance was created as a response to the tragic death of Tyree Nichols. Advocates are even calling it the Tyree Nichols Justice Policing Ordinance, but they say it does not indicate the changes they want to see from the Memphis Police Department. This ordinance does address criteria for a traffic stop when an arrest is necessary and when force should be used in these situations. The ordinance will not inhibit legitimate police techniques to combat crimes against citizens. 5 previous ordinances required an investigation into any use of force compliant by the MPD receives. However, this new ordinance has no mention of any investigation. The vote that was scheduled for today has now been pushed back 2 weeks. Tonight at 5:30, the Take Back the Night Rally and March will be held on the Ole Miss Student Union Plaza. This event is presented by the UM Violence Intervention and Prevention Services, Rally Against Sexual Assault, and the Sarah Isom Center for Women and Gender Studies, beginning with opening addresses from Dean of Students Brent Marsh and a keynote address from Assistant Professor of Social Work Teresa Leafman. This event has taken place for over 60 years and has been a call to action to prevent sexual assault and violence on our campus. With more than 20 campus communities hosting tables at this event, including UPD, Crime Stoppers, and the University Counseling Center. In addition to this event, a raffle will be held with proceeds going to campus survivors. Prizes for the raffle will include 2 tickets to see Morgan Wallen, a 2 free night hotel stay at the True by Hilton, and many gift cards to local businesses.
What is such a good event?
I know. I'm so happy that our university is putting this event on to help advocate for all the survivors.
The Oxford Food Pantry is bringing back its annual Empty Bowls fundraiser after a 5-year absence. Empty Bowls is an effort to fight hunger in the Oxford community. The fundraiser was last held in 2019 and will be making its comeback in February of 2024. With food costs consistently on the rise, the success of this event is vital, but organizers can't do it alone. Organizers are asking for local potters to contribute bowls for the 2024 event. In total, they need at least 1,000 ceramic soup bowls. The bowls should be the size of a regular soup bowl and prepped for eating, but potters can be as creative as they want with their designs. For this fundraiser, people can visit local restaurants to purchase soup along with a handmade bowl, and all proceeds will go to the Oxford Food Pantry. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's right, it's Earth Month, and the University of Mississippi will be partnering with the Mississippi State University in a recycling competition in what they are calling the Egg Bowl Competition. The event starting April 13th will see which university can bring in the most pre-rinsed and sorted glassware. The Office of Sustainability is hosting the event in partnership with Door to Recycling, a local mom-and-pop shop. Only rinsed and color-sorted glass will be accepted. Green, blue, brown, yellow, and clear glass are the only glasses allowed. The competition will be held from 2 to 6 p.m. at Danvers Lot, so you don't want to miss it.
Thanks to a middle school student, Oxford wrestling team is the new state champ. Nara Jones made her wrestling debut by winning the title of MHSAA Girls Wrestling State Champion. After battling an early concussion, she placed third in the wrestling North half. Led by head coach Conrad Ernst and assistant coach Brandon Burkadite, the team is the first wrestling team in Oxford history. We hope to see more achievements from this outstanding group.
That's right, and coming up, the mom of a 6-year-old accused of shooting his teacher is facing consequences.
And Elon Musk is giving Twitter a new name. We'll have that and more up ahead on NewsWatch Ole Miss.
This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I needed for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class. These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
And I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. In Virginia, Deja Taylor, the mother of a 6-year-old who was accused of shooting his teacher, is now facing charges. Her lawyer says Taylor is expected to turn herself in later this week. The Commonwealth's Attorney's Office says Taylor has been indicted on felony child neglect charges and a misdemeanor count of recklessly leaving a firearm that endangers a child. CNN's Kelsey Jones has more.
When you learned that news today, I mean, what just went on through your head?
Honestly, I was happy. If it had been anybody else, then they would have been charged.
Steve Carrington is a father of a former Rich Neck student. He says these charges should have come down sooner.
It should have happened maybe quite a while ago, but I'm glad that it happened.
Deja Taylor, the mother of the 6-year-old who police say shot his first grade teacher at Rich Neck Elementary, has been indicted for felony child neglect and a misdemeanor count of recklessly leaving a firearm that endangers a child. These details came down from the Commonwealth Attorney's Office after months of investigation.
It's not the guns. No matter what you say, it's not the guns. No gun has ever ran out to a school and shot anybody.
Howard Gwynn, the Commonwealth's attorney, said they have determined the, quote, facts in the law support these charges against the Rich Neck mother for her 2 offenses. Yet another Rich Neck parent tells me he believes these charges are harsh.
I don't believe she should have been charged. I'm not as enthused about a mother being charged as I am disappointed in our lack of response to the preventing of the violence.
Meanwhile, Gwynn also announced that he filed a petition to create a special grand jury. That means the investigation will continue, where they will look into any security issues that may have contributed to this shooting. This could include Rich Neck school leaders, the school system, and anybody else involved to go in the hot seat. Taylor's lawyer sent a statement saying in part, quote, "My client will be turning herself in later this week. More details will follow."
We learn about the failures of the mother. We learn about the failures of our administration. We learn about a lot of things. A lot of things are coming out, so it's like, I'm here for it. I'm here to see what gets done.
I did reach out to Abby Zorner's lawyer, who filed a $40 million lawsuit against the school system. They did send me a statement saying in part, quote, "There were failures and accountability at multiple levels that led to Abby being shot and almost killed. Today's announcement addressed but one of those failures. Our lawsuit makes clear that we believe the school division violated state law, and we are pursuing this in civil court. We would not allow school leaders to escape accountability for their role in this tragedy."
2 weeks after the mass shooting at the Covenant School that killed 6 people, Republican Governor Bill Lee is calling for stricter gun laws in Tennessee. He says he wants restrictions on firearm purchases and calls for legislators to draw up and pass the bill during this legislative session. He goes on to say that it should target dangerous people.
It is possible and it is important that we find a way to remove individuals who are a threat to themselves or to our society, to remove them from access to weapons. I'm asking the legislature to bring forth thoughtful, practical measures to do that, to strengthen our laws to separate those dangerous people from firearms, while at the same time preserving the constitutional rights of the people of this state.
Lee also announced a new executive order will look into the current process of purchasing firearms and into what ways the information is not shared effectively to state officials.
Strep cases are high and antibiotic supply are low. A national shortage has been announced of the liquid antibiotic amoxicillin. CNN reporter Mandy Gaither has more on this illness and what parents can do if they can't find the medicine doctors routinely prescribe.
It's the prescription most often given to children to treat Group A strep infections such as strep throat and scarlet fever. But there's a national shortage of the liquid antibiotic amoxicillin, and it comes at a time when the CDC is keeping an eye on a rise in a severe form of the illness.
Group A strep is not just, a sore throat. It can lead to many complications.
Group A strep infections can range from minor to potentially life-threatening. The more severe, invasive form of this illness has the germ spreading to other parts of the body instead of just staying in the throat. No matter which form of strep a person has, treatment is needed.
Antibiotic prescription is essential for Group A strep infections.
The current shortage is limited to the liquid form of amoxicillin, which is easier for kids to take than pills. But the American Academy of Pediatrics says there are other options.
You could use the chewable tablets. You could use, the tablet form, which can be crushed and mixed in various, palatable foods like applesauce, etc. And then you could also use capsules.
There are alternative therapies too, like penicillin. Talk to your doctor about the right option for you. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It seems as though the sign at the Twitter headquarters has gotten a makeover. With a controversial switch of the ownership of Twitter, CEO Elon Musk has had the W painted white over the sign in the front of the building so that it now reads Titter. Musk tweeted that the building's landlord said they are legally required to keep the sign as Twitter with the W. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, titter means to laugh in a nervous, affected, or partly suppressed manner. Musk, so far, has not indicated any reasoning for this act.
Stock has hit all-time low for the parent company of Regal Cinemas. Cineworld, the leading UK multiplex cinema chain, saw a drop in stocks by 23% this morning. The company released a statement that a plan was set to a U.S. bankruptcy court to reorganize the operation of the world's second biggest movie theater. A previous report from the company confirmed that the pandemic cost them $3.3 billion. Following the report, a prediction of a drop in stock was confirmed by news of the shareholders possibly being wiped. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Two flashes.
What's up, champ? I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
Well, it was another beautiful day today.
It was. This is the part of spring I like to see.
Let's check in with NewsWatch weather anchor Mallory Edgen to see how long we can enjoy this weather. Mallory?
Hey Rebels, it is a beautiful day here in Oxford as we are getting to experience this warm weather. We currently have a temperature of 74 with some light winds coming in. And then looking at our region, we are seeing much of the same thing with all of our temperatures falling in the same range and Tupelo beating us all out at a temperature of 76. And then going into tonight, we are going to have a low of 47, so it is going to be quite a bit cooler. So if you are out and about, make sure to bring that jacket with you. And we do have a baseball game tonight at 6:30, but the weather should be perfect around that time. And then going into tomorrow, it is going to be a little bit warmer than it was today. And we also have some light winds coming in from the southeast. And we do have another baseball game again tomorrow. So make sure to go out and enjoy that and support our team as the weather will be great again. And then looking at our region for tomorrow, once again, we are seeing much of the same thing with all of our temperatures falling in the high 70s and low 80s. And Tupelo beating us all out at a temperature of 80. And then looking at our radar for Thursday, we can see a lot of the rain coming in our surrounding areas. So there will be a good chance of rain showers on Thursday. So make sure to check back in with us and stay updated on this. And then going into Saturday, we do have some thunderstorms or rainstorms in the afternoon and then continuing in the evening with some clouds forming overnight. And then looking at our 5-day weather forecast, it looks like the majority of our week will be pretty good. Starting with tomorrow, we have a high of 77 and a low of 54. And then on Thursday, we have a high of 69 and a low of 56 with the chance of rainstorms. And then looking at Friday, we have a high of 77 and a low of 59. And then on Saturday, once again, we do have some thunderstorms with a high of 81 and low of 51. And then on Sunday, we have a great day with a high of 68 and a low of 45.
Yes, I know after all the storms this past weekend, I was so happy to be able to walk on campus and it just be sunny out.
I know, finally some good tanning weather.
I know, finally.
I'm really glad this is perfect weather for today and tomorrow's baseball games as well. Are y'all going?
I'm going to see if I can make it. Can't miss out on those $2 hot dogs on Tuesday night.
I know.
So, yeah.
Speaking of sports, coming up, the baseball team does have 2 midweek games today and tomorrow. And we'll see if they can get some momentum going into this weekend. And with the regular season in the books, I'll have a look at how the NBA playoff picture shaped up. All that and more up next in sports.
Creating a legacy takes time, takes dedication, spirit, and a greater vision. That vision starts here at the University of Mississippi. What will you be remembered by? Your character, your contributions, your friendship. Your legacy will define who we are now and who we are becoming for our state, our students, and our future. Ole Miss, build your legacy.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride? Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
Welcome to Sports Watch. I'm Campbell Holmes. Well, the baseball team is starting off their week early by hosting 2 midweek games, today against the Memphis Tigers and tomorrow against the Braves from Alcorn State. The Rebs visited the Tigers just last week with an Ole Miss win 7-2. This helped head coach Matt Bianco become the second winningest SEC head coach when playing Memphis. And for tomorrow's game, this will be just the 5th time Alcorn State and Ole Miss have matched up. The Rebs left the game last season against the Braves with a victory of 16-1 in 7 innings. Both games in Swayze Field will start at 6:30 and be streamed on the SEC network. And going to the courts, the men's tennis team is in the top 25 in ITA rankings for the first time in over a year. The Rebs this season have a record of 16-6, winning 3 out of their last 4 matches. The victory that helped the Rebs get this number 25 spot was against the Aggies from Texas A&M this past Sunday. This was the team's home finale match and marked their 13th victory at home, the most wins since the 2006-2007 season. The Rebs will be closing out their regular season this week with matches in Knoxville and Athens against Tennessee and Georgia. And the men's golf team is in Nashville right now after they finished their day 1 in 8th place at the Mason Rudolph Championship 6 over par. Even though head coach Chris Mallory said that yesterday wasn't certainly their best day, he's confident and has no doubt in his mind that the team will rebound and play well in the last 2 days. The team is hoping to keep things hot with sophomore Kai Meeks, who had 4 birdies to put himself into the top 10. Meeks finished the day at 2 under and tied for 8th place. The Rebs continued the championship this morning by playing with Middle Tennessee State and Charlotte and will continue again tomorrow. And even after the women's basketball team's season ending, there is still talk about former Rebel star Angel Baker. After going undrafted at the WNBA draft last night, Baker has just received an invitation to a training camp with the Chicago Sky. Baker led the Lady Rebs this past season with almost 15 points and 2.5 assists per game. Coach Yo has already spoken out on Twitter saying she's incredibly proud of Baker and is very deserving of this opportunity. Training camp will be opening on April 30th with preseason starting on May 5th. And keeping things on the court, the Memphis Grizz are getting ready to grit and grind into the playoffs this weekend as they secured their spot as the 2nd seed in the West for postseason play. This is the 2nd season in a row for Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson, and the Grizzlies to secure the 2nd place spot with a regular season record of 51-31. With the play-in tournament underway tonight, the Grizz will see who they will face off in the first round, either LeBron and the LA Lakers or Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The first game of the series will be this Sunday in Memphis. And that's all I've got for sports, so be sure to tune in to Rebel Watch on Fridays at 5 for coverage on Ole Miss sports and beyond. Back to y'all.
Thanks, Campbell. Up ahead, find out what hit Netflix show could be turned into an animation series. And could a pop star become a mayor of a town? This and more up next on NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Does it ever seem like some people are actually trying to destroy the planet? And the rest of us are like, hey, we need this planet. Some people may be slow to learn, but they'll eventually get the message.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Stranger Things, you might want to listen up. The Netflix team states that they have ordered an animated series spin-off of the Stranger Things series. Creators of the show, brothers Matt and Ross Duffer, are executive producing this animation. Netflix states that the series will be an added layer of Saturday morning cartoons. This upcoming series does not have a title yet. And also, are any of you guys a fan of Taylor Swift? I am a huge Taylor Swift fan. Well, you might want to move to Florida. Taylor Swift has been named an honorary mayor of Tampa, Florida.
Yesterday, the mayor of Tampa announced that the pop star will receive the key to the city and will make her honorary mayor for the Day of Tampa concert.
The official Twitter account of the city have already changed their bio to City of Tampa, Taylor's version.
Even in Hillsborough County, the name will officially change to Swiftsboro on the day of the concert. I think that's so cool, and I'm excited to see it.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's all we have for tonight. From NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Hallie Reeves. And I'm Juliana Jackson.
With Sports Watch, I'm Campbell Holmes.
And with Storm Watch, I'm Mallory Edgen.
Be sure to keep up with us on social media, and we'll see you again Monday at 5.
Thank you and have a great night.